Hey guys, so the Brothers Trust, again, thank you for the amazing support. It's been incredible. If you want to come and see more awesome stuff like this, go to my Instagram account, go on the link in my bio, go on the Brothers Trust website, and you'll get to come to set, hang out with me, and it'll be amazing. And for the record, I do all my own stunts, all of my own stunts. I never have a stunt double, it's always me. Tom Cruise does a similar thing, I'm the same. I always do my own stunts.
3, 2,
always.
1, go!
Greg? Where'd he go?
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got brand new Spider-Man Far From Home. Let's break it down. We finally got our first shot of one of the other new villains. If you're new to the channel, there's a new round of that Infinity War Blu-ray giveaway too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. So the funny thing that's going on here is they're using Tom Holland's Spoiler Man to drop another teaser for the movie and let you know where they are. So that's why he's mysteriously, just what a coincidence, standing right next to all these t-shirts that say Venice all over them on this big bridge where he's telling this funny story about how he does all of his own stunts like Tom Cruise while they have this giant blue screen action scene behind them with his stunt double getting blasted with water right off of the bridge with his web shooters on but no costume. So this is them confirming, yes, we're in Venice, we're filming, everybody heard about the Samuel L. Jackson teaser. He himself wanted to get in on the spoiler game with Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo and started posting pictures of himself all over Venice. And people were like, why is Sam Jackson in Venice? He went back to start filming Nick Fury stuff. So if he's in Venice, that must mean that he's in Spider-Man Far From Home. So that's why you saw all those news articles last week about Marvel confirming Maria Hill and Nick Fury for Spider-Man Far From Home. So they're also in Venice while all this is happening too. And even though you haven't seen them, all of Peter's friends are on this class trip, this vacation that they're on, traveling around Europe. So this teaser video doesn't necessarily confirm that this is Hydro Man, but the reason why people think that that's the villain that he's fighting here is because he's getting blasted with a giant jet of water. Those are Hydro Man's powers. And a couple months ago, I did a Sinister Six video talking about this, but someone saw some concept art of all the different boss battles where he was fighting people. One of them was him in Venice fighting someone in the canals that seemed like Hydro Man. So people are like, okay, wow, this just seemingly confirms that. But it's not totally official until you actually see someone with like a special effects water jet blasting him in broad daylight. The way they film stuff like this is they just have like a water cannon off screen that blasts him in the face. Like there's not actually somebody with a villain costume standing on the other side of this frame. They'll add that part in special effects later on. So that's also the important part too, is that you notice he's not wearing his costume underneath this. Like they're just wearing the shirt with the web shooters. The suit is probably in his backpack, but it gives you a good idea for why he needs to upgrade his costume. So we know that he starts out with the Homecoming suit. Maybe he just gives back the Iron Spider costume to Tony Stark at the end of Avengers 4, but for whatever reason, he's mostly friendly neighborhood Spider-Man when they're traveling around Europe here. But the thing is that Tony Stark didn't build in a lot of aquatic features. Remember when he fell in the river during Spider-Man Homecoming? Tony Stark had to send Friday to go fish him out because even though he had a parachute, he didn't have any kind of life preserver built into the suit, so he would have just sunk right to the bottom. So that is why Hydro Man is an interesting villain for him to fight, because he'll have to upgrade his suit. If you haven't seen it in a long time, the 90s animated Spider-Man series did a really good version of Hydro Man versus Spider-Man. So he debuted for the first time in Amazing Spider-Man number 212. The comic book story is pretty much what they did for this animated show.
Remember when I was expelled from school? Well, after that, my parents made me enlist in the Navy. And they said it was to keep me out of trouble. Oh, but you were right to dump me, Mary Jane. Because I had nothing. I was a nobody. Even after I was transferred to special research, I was still a loser. And last month, a miracle happened. Something from deep inside the earth changed me. Turned me from a nothing into a something. Now I had power! Now I could have anything in the world I wanted!
Do I get my merit badge?
You! Haven't you figured out yet that your web is useless against me?
Yes, so I made this new badge just for you.
What did you do to him? Is he okay?
No, he's stuck. I mixed a powerful coagulant into my web fluid, one that would react with the H2O in his body and become a hardening agent.
What?
Basically, I stirred powdered gelatin into him. Let's just say he's getting his just desserts.
The really cool thing about that upgraded webbing is that we know already, because of Homecoming and because of Civil War, he makes all the webbing by himself, with maybe a little bump from Tony Stark on some of the materials. Like, I'm sure he's given him access to some chemicals that helps him strengthen his webbing sometime between this and Avengers 4. But that original Spider-Man story took place in New York City. This is happening in Venice, but Venice canals, you get the idea. There's water everywhere, so Spider-Man is at a huge disadvantage until he adapts. The way they defeated him in that original story is they weakened his molecules so that he couldn't bring himself together by heating him up and dousing him in a bunch of ashes, just making it harder for him to use his water abilities, then lured him onto a hot rooftop where he slowly evaporated into the air.
Maury, it's over. We've got to get you some help.
I'll destroy you with my bare
Maury,
hands!
no!
Bench, don't!
He's evaporating. Does this mean he's...
Not necessarily. H2O is infamous among solvents for its self-cohesiveness.
Brother, now you sound like my friend Peter Parker.
Hey, don't insult me.
But the funny thing is that like later you see Spider-Man looking at a cloud hoping that he somehow found some way to heal himself or fix his life. Then sort of the post-credit scene is the rain falling on New York City, implying that Hydro Man would eventually reform because he's basically pure water. So he evaporates into the clouds, then later a storm helps him reform his molecules. So he becomes a villain later on too. So Spider-Man doesn't kill him because Spider-Man isn't going to try to kill somebody. Remember, disable instant kill mode.
Hands combat mode? Yeah.
Activating instant kill.
No. I don't want to kill anybody.
Deactivating instant kill.
So as of right now, they've only added a couple more people to the movie, still have not confirmed Jake Gyllenhaal is Mysterio, still supposed to be the main villain of this movie, despite the other 4 or 5 other villains that seem to be in this. I've already done a couple videos about Mysterio and possible Sinister Six. Even if they don't call it that specific team during this movie, they might just be building up towards that in the next big movie. I know from a footage standpoint, people are mostly focused on the Captain Marvel trailer and the Avengers 4 first teaser, but there's still a lot of filming left to do on Spider-Man Far From Home, and this is probably the most fun way for them to market the film that I've seen so far, because it lets you know what's going on without being super spoilery. Like, it gives us enough to go on. So just expect Tom Holland, Spoiler Man, to continue dropping set videos like this, teasing stuff from behind the scenes for the next month or two. What'll happen next is there was a whole bunch of other stuff that dropped recently, so I'll try to get through those videos as fast as possible. Congratulations to the giveaway winner from my last big video, Aiden Borrego. Please email me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. Click here to learn all about Hawkeye, Ronin in Avengers 4, and click here to learn all about the different villains in Spider-Man Far From Home. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.